So after nearly 2 years of almost daily use, my AirPods Pro Generation 2s have finally started to glitch out on me. Now, it's not entirely Apple's fault because I am actually guilty of dropping them a lot, to be honest, because of the very slippery design. And I do appreciate it. It's small, it's easy to handle, but it is kind of slippery. Now, to replace the case and one of the earbuds is actually quite costly out of warranty. So I might as well just buy a brand new set of AirPods. However, since I'm replacing them, I figured why not try something else, something different. Maybe I'll like the sound of the newer earbuds that are also available in the market right now because I'm just so accustomed to the AirPods Pro 2s, and I honestly think they sound great. So in this video, I will be featuring the Sennheiser Momentum True Wireless 4s, which came out a few years back, I believe, and the brand new Bowers Wilkins Pi8s. Now, off the bat, I'm going to tell you that neither of these can really compete with the AirPods Pro 2s in terms of value for Apple users such as myself, because when it comes to connectivity and just, I guess, overall performance, the AirPods Pro 2s still win in my book. However, they both have attributes that either the AirPods Pro 2s lack or they're just not as good. And I'll be talking about them in this video. So first things first, my top 3 criteria for choosing one over the other would be sound performance, comfort, and ease of use. That's pretty much it. Battery life is obviously important, but in this context, in this video, it's not really as important as those 3. Price is obviously very important, and you should know that these cost about the same as the AirPods Pro 2s, and these are double that. But we'll get to that in a bit. Design-wise, I really like the Sennheisers, although they do look clunky. The fabric on the outside of the case is okay, but I prefer something a little bit more premium feeling. And the size is a little on the big side as well. The Pi8's case is more reminiscent of the AirPod Pro 2's case, albeit maybe a bit bigger, and the earbuds themselves look and feel very premium. Both earbuds have different tip sizes that you can choose from, but the standard ones fit me perfectly fine. The Momentum True Wireless 4 fit comfortably in my ear, although you can really get the sense of their size. In a way, it's also a good thing because it does block some of the sound that comes in. They feel substantially heavier than the AirPods Pro 2, but by no means are they uncomfortable. The Pi8's fitment is also comfortable, but they feel so much lighter. Lighter even than the AirPods Pro 2, which is very surprising because if you look at the weight, they actually weigh 2 grams heavier than the AirPods. Really interesting. I think it's the way the rubber tips sit inside my ear that make them feel light, but I was pleasantly surprised. Okay, so in terms of sound, the goal here is to find the earbuds that will help me enjoy the music even more. So I want that full music experience, not for podcasting or audiobooks, but just to enjoy the music. So sound quality is going to be the most crucial thing for me. But since I'm not a self-proclaimed audiophile, I'm gonna try my best to describe the listening experience for each of these earbuds while also referencing the AirPods Pro 2s. And just for a little bit of context, I've owned the first generation AirPods, AirPods Pro 1s and 2s, Beats Fit Pros, OnePlus Pro, a pair of Motorola earbuds, a couple of Bear Dynamic earbuds, and I've tried the Sony's and the Bose earbuds as well. Basically, I have a good idea of the type of sound that I like, and so far, the AirPods Pros have been my favorite. The Momentums surprised me the moment I started listening to music. I thought that the AirPods Pro 2 did an amazing job with the soundstage, but it pales in comparison to the soundstage on the Sennheisers. I like to listen to tracks with various musical instruments, and you get the sense that each instrument are distant from each other. Vocals are nice and crispy and sit comfortably within the other instruments. Sound separation is great as I can pick out individual instruments with ease, and the bass was not lacking at all. I totally got lost in the music using these as they make me feel like I'm listening to a band play live compared to the AirPods Pro 2, where everything was a bit, I don't know, in front of you. I mean, it made for a good sound, but it just felt like you're in a small room compared to the Sennheisers, where you feel like you're more like in a concert hall because you can really get that separation between the instruments. There's just a little bit more space in between them, which I really, really did enjoy. The sound signature of the Pi8s are very similar to my over-the-ear headphones, the PX8, also by Bowers and Wilkins, which really doesn't come as a surprise. What's striking about these, though, is that each instrument is incredibly detailed. I was hearing details that I didn't know existed. Soundstage-wise, it's similar to the AirPods Pro 2, but maybe a little bit wider, but you do get the sense that everyone or everything is essentially in front of you. So you're in a medium-sized room with a live band playing. That's the sense that I was getting. The highs, mids, and the lows are very well balanced, so nothing was too pronounced, nothing was jarring to my ears, making the listening experience actually quite nice. The other benefit to this is that I don't have to crank the volume up as much compared to the other two, since I can hear more of the instruments clearly. Fans of bass-heavy music might not like it as much, but I found that the lows are adequate. I think they're deep enough and they're low enough for my liking, and it never felt like I needed a little bit more of it. ANC-wise, the Momentums are better for both noise cancellation and sound pass-through. They are not as good as the AirPods Pros, but still better than the Pi8s. The Pi8s aren't bad in my opinion, but just not as good. And to be completely blunt, the performance of the ANC and the sound pass-through is just not up to par with the sound quality and the price of these earbuds. So if I were to rate the AirPods Pro 2's ANC and pass-through a 10 over 10, I would rate the Momentums at an 8 over 10, and the Pi8s probably a 6.5 out of 10, unfortunately. Both of these earbuds use touch capacitive sensors to control them, which is something that I really don't like. They are easily triggered by putting them on or by simply adjusting them in your ears. It's also surprisingly tricky to locate the touch point to skip between tracks. It requires a bit more precision and a lot of trial and error before you can comfortably tap the earbuds through muscle memory. I don't like this feature at all for any earbuds or headphones, with the exception of the AirPods Pros, because for that you actually have to squeeze the stem to activate it. But if I were to pick the lesser of two evils, I would have to pick the Momentums because of the larger surface area. Essentially, they're just a little bit harder to miss. Interestingly, both cases are hard to open one-handed. You're probably laughing at this, but this is true, and in my case, very important. The Momentum's case is too wide to open with one hand, and the magnet is actually quite strong, which isn't a bad thing. The Pi8's case is way too slippery because of the lack of any indentation. And just to give you a demo, here's how I would open the AirPods Pro 2's case with one hand. Easy peasy. So in this category, both the Momentums and the Pi8s lose. Pairing both earbuds to my iPhone was straightforward as expected. However, the Pi8s did give me a mild headache because of the way I paired it. When I paired the Momentums, I opened the earbuds and immediately put them on before I paired them to my phone, which worked perfectly fine, by the way. When I did the same thing to the Pi8s, they paired, but it kept giving me errors by way of constantly beeping in my ears every few seconds. I've unpaired and reset numerous times, only to figure out that you have to pair them first while in the case to avoid this error. Basically, open up the case, pair the earbuds, and then put them on. And for whatever reason, go back to the app and find your pair again. I don't know why. So in terms of ease of use for pairing, the Momentum wins. Both earbuds have their own app support, which is great because they let you adjust the EQ to better suit your taste. I really like the EQ personalization feature of the Momentums, as I feel like it really did fine-tune the sound to my liking. The Pi8s are also nice, but I happen to really like the sound off the bat. To be fair, the Momentums didn't really require any tuning for my taste, so the addition of the EQ feature was a nice bonus for both. The Pi8 does have a really unique party trick that I've never seen in any earbuds before. I can plug the case directly to my PS5 via the Type-C cable and put on the earbuds to play games or watch movies. The case streams the audio to the buds via Bluetooth, so I get to enjoy my gaming and movie experience with ANC and great sound. It also works on my PC, which is such a nice feature because you don't have to pair your earbuds to a particular device. Because in my experience, unless you're using products from the same ecosystem, connecting devices can be quite annoying and unreliable. I love the Momentum's fit, soundstage, ANC, and price over the Pi8s. The Pi8's sound and build quality reflects the premium pricing, and the addition of the Bluetooth streaming feature is really nice. But the question is it worth twice the price of the Momentums? Now, I've used them back to back for the last 2 weeks or so, and while I found myself really enjoying the Momentums every single time I pick them up, I am just extra delighted every time I put on the Pi8s. It's just that extra, I don't know, X factor that keeps me coming back to the Pi8s despite the massive price difference. Let me put it this way. In terms of price for the sound, I will be 100% happy with the Momentums. As a matter of fact, I think they sound much better than the Airpods Pro 2s, but that's according to my taste. However, I'm not here to look for the best value earbuds to replace my AirPods Pros. I'm looking for the one with the best sound, and I think the Pi8s win. And the Bluetooth streaming feature is almost like cherry on top of the cake. And I know for a fact that if I chose the Momentums, I would always be thinking of the Pi8s, wondering what could have been. And that's it for today. Thanks for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll see you guys again very soon.